Good afternoon. So we are back to practice exam 2. I'm now on problem 11. Here we are given a particle moving according to st equals t cubed minus 9t squared plus 15t plus 5. Now when questions like this, it's better to see a little bit more and figure out what the units are. Aha, I see feet per second. That means S represents position in feet, okay, which is what we write ft. T represents time in seconds, which is represented by S in our problem. So, A part is find the velocity. Velocity is the derivative of position with respect to time. That is, v of t equals s prime of t. This is Newton's notation, or you may write it in Leibniz notation as a fraction notation, ds over dt. All these three mean the same thing. Velocity is derivative of position, written in this notation s prime t or ds dt. Either way, now we come to our answer here. Velocity is derivative of s of t. So I need to write down 3t power 2 for here, then minus 9 times 2, that 2 jumps in, you see, 18t, all right, plus, what about derivative of 15t? T has power 1, so that 1 jumps down, 15 times 1 is 15, and notice when we take derivative, power has to reduce. Here, t when power reduces, you get nothing, t to the 0, which is simply 1. What about derivative of 5? This is a constant, so I don't have to add anything more. Derivative of a constant is 0. So this is it. Let's check. Good. This is correct. Now, what are they saying? Find the velocity at 3. In other words, I want to plug in t equals 3. Well, that's it. Let's plug in. Mind you, don't just write 3. That looks like 33 to the power 2. So when you plug in, make sure you write parentheses 3. When you plug in, don't just write 3. Now that has become 183. Write down parentheses. Now let's check. Aha, that's good. Now, C part is when is the particle at rest? Okay, now this we say the particle is at rest when velocity is 0. That is, v of t has to be 0. That is, let's go. All of this has to be 0. Okay, so 3t power 2 minus 18t plus 15 has to be 0. You understand? So, how do I solve for this? Well, this is a quadratic. If we could factor it. So, I hope you know how to factor, guys. So, you can quickly factor this. All right. 3t minus 15 t minus 1 equals 0. All right. Check my work. All right. Once you factor this, well, you could have pulled out a 3 common right there, here also. How do I solve for this? I solve for this by setting each factor to 0. 3t minus 15, oh, 3t. Who is E? 3t minus 15 is 0 or t minus 1 is 0. All right. When you proceed to solve for this, you obtain 3t equals 15 in the first case or t equals 1 in the second case. Notice in the first case I can divide by 3 and I get, in the first case I can divide by 3, I get t equals 5 or t equals 1. So for C part they are saying, they are asking when is the particle at rest? List the smaller answer first. So I'll place 1 second here and the bigger one next. 5 seconds here. Submit. What do we get? Correct. Now, next question is find the total distance traveled during the first 8 seconds. Now, this requires a little more thought, so I will take a break and come back because I don't want this video to become too long. All right, see you shortly.